If you like what you see, why don't you think about subscribing? And make sure to check out my channel for videos just like this. What's going on, folks? It's MrBucketlist here, and today I'll be showing everything on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. Let's check it out. So whether you're new to my channel or returning, first I just want to say welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy this video. As the title does suggest, this will be a showcase of everything on this cruise ship. So essentially what that means is I walk from deck to deck, showcasing every area on this cruise ship. Now some of the highlights are of course going to be things like the different clubs and the theaters. And then also things like a full cabin tour. On this particular cruise, I had a solo cabin, so if you're interested in that, I got you covered. And then also things like the pool deck, the different eating areas and things like that, just everywhere on this cruise ship. Now within this video, I also did a full walking day and night tour. So if you want to kind of jump around and see the different sections, I did add in some timestamps so you can do just that. Lastly, I did do a full review and a food full review of this cruise ship. So if you want to see like a full documentary style review of this cruise, it's there. Or if you just want to see a full food tour, it's there. Other than that, I hope you all enjoy this video. I'll see you soon. Okay, so we are starting on deck 5 at Sailor Services. So this is no different than any type of like guest services that you'll find on a cruise ship. I will say with this particular guest services or Sailor Services, they do push the app really hard. So for example, if you have any issues that they can't take care of right there, they'll ask you to use the app and then talk to a manager and stuff like that. It's a little bit different. I'm not a big fan of it, so I just want to let you all know for anyone that's not a fan of it as well. But you can still do the same thing. Now moving on, we're at Pink Agave. Now this is actually the Mexican restaurant that is on board. For those who may not know, all the restaurants on this cruise ship are included. Now the only thing is they may have some upcharge items, or if you don't have any type of like drink credit, and of course the drinks are going to be upcharged. But as far as actually getting into the restaurant, there is no covered charges or anything like that. Now for this particular restaurant, again, this is like a Mexican style restaurant. This is probably my least favorite. And I'll kind of show the items I had. I had this chocolate taco and I did not like it at all, and the other stuff I had was okay, but it wasn't bad. I'm just not going to say it wasn't my favorite. It was my least favorite out of all of them I had. Now moving on, this is the Redemption Spa. Now this is upcharge as well. Now during this time period, I actually asked to do like a full tour, so that's the guy that's kind of talking to me. I did come back, but people are actually enjoying and stuff like that, so I didn't record. But your standard thermal spa, like so you can buy a day pass, you can buy it, well actually a day pass is like a 3-hour pass, or you can have a full day pass. It's truly up to you. They have different rooms. So right there was a steam room. Right here in front of us right now is the salt room. So again, all your typical rooms or whatever, again, all these are all included with the thermal spa. And then they also have this mud room. Now this is my first time trying a mud room, and it was actually really different. So this is it right here. I don't know what I was thinking, bring my cell phone in here, but I did it anyway. And then they do give you a cup of mud to actually drink to go along with it. So that's it right here. You're supposed to go in there first and then drink the mud afterwards. So that's why I still have it in my cabin. But that's it. Now, if we keep on walking by, this is the main thermal area. So as you all can see, they have a big thermal pool in the middle, and then they have a hot tub and then a cold tub, 2 cold tubs. So that's your hot tub right there. It's a standard hot tub. As far as the actual thermal pool itself, it's like room temperature, so it's not too hot, not too cold. And then you also have these little windows and like heated loungers and stuff like that. It's really nice. It's really nice. Now, ironically, I've been in this type of spa on 2 different Virgin Voyages ships, and they both have never been 2-pack. So they really do really good with the limiting. That's your sauna right there. No different than any other sauna. And then this is the ice tub I was talking about, or the cold tub. So that's the one that's colder, and then the one right across from is even colder. So if that's not your thing, just stay away from it. Just stay in the pool, in the thermal pool. But this is the Redemption Spa. Now, they do have the spa like things as well, spa treatments. That's not really my thing, but I did want to give you all a tour when I was here. So here you go. This one was actually really cool. It's like some like dirt or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like some massaging beads or something like that you lay on. I did not do it, but again, if you're curious about the different things that they offer, they have a lot to choose from. Now we are at Razzle Dazzle. Now, as far as Razzle Dazzle, this was good. It was very unique. It's like one of the places that have like vegan food, but then they also have a cheap menu as well. And so again, like I said, this is not a video for the food itself. That is a separate video if you all want to watch it. It's more about touring the venues themselves. But Razzle Dazzle was cool. It's always a lively atmosphere, and they're pretty much open for brunch. They don't have dinner here. They just have like brunch and lunch or whatever, or breakfast, but no actual dinner. Razzle Dazzle. And as you all can see, Virgin Voyages, they're really just like that modern poppy look to it. It's pretty cool. Now, what we're gonna do now is go ahead and head up the stairs and head to deck 6. Now, as far as the elevators, they are standard elevators. They don't have smart elevators or anything like that, but they do actually have enough of them. There are rarely times where I had to wait for an elevator, but of course, since I'm doing this tour, I was just kind of just walking from stair to stair. Now, like any cruise ship, they do have a bunch of high-end shopping and things like that, and of course, they have like the souvenirs and things or whatever. Now, as usual, I always do these recordings very early in the morning, so it's about 4:30 in the morning, so everything is closed, and that's the reason why it goes so early in the morning. But again, if you go to cruises just to shop, this is all for you. And then we are heading to the test kitchen. Now, this is like a place where it's all experimental food and things like that. Again, it's all included. As you all can see, they have like almost like the graphs and stuff like that, just kind of replicating like being in the science lab or something like that. This is cool. This is really cool. Now, I did buy the drink package that came along with this meal, so it's like extra $30, and I'll show it in a bit. But they do get everyone this cup of whatever when you first walk in. I forgot what she told me what it was, but this is the test kitchen. Like I said, it's pretty cool. Now, as far as my food, I did want to show a little bit of this just to kind of show you all what I meant by the test type of stuff. So that was like an egg yolk on some peas and things like that. And then you all can also see this is like, if I'm not mistaken, this is venison. But this is good as well. And then that's the drinks I had that came along with it as well. So it's about 6 or 7 drinks. I didn't finish any of them, but it was still cool to have. Okay, so we're going to keep on walking and go past all these different areas, the shopping and things like that. Now, I will say this, they do actually have, like, of course, they have quite a bunch of Virgin stuff. So say, for example, if you are huge, just a Virgin music or Virgin brand in general, they do have a Virgin shop, and it's actually very nice. They have some really cool items in there, as you all can kind of see to the right. And speaking of Virgin, we're heading to Extra Virgin. Now, this is the Italian location that's on board. This is actually probably one of my favorites. I'm a huge fan of Italian food, and this is Virgin Voyages, and everything they have on this cruise ship, even in the Galley, aka the buffet, everything is high quality, freshly prepared. It is really, really good, and this is no exception. So I actually will show some of my items that I had here in a little bit. But as you all can see, like I said, it's nice and spacious. Now, when you're in here, actually during dinner time, it's dark. It doesn't look like it is, but this is what I had during dinner: some meatballs, calamari. This wasn't steak, this was actually lamb. That was the steak. So yeah, ate pretty good. Now we're at the Roundabout. So this is essentially the atrium. Now I will say this atrium is a lot smaller than most cruise ships that I've been on, but it's still pretty lively. So you'll walk past here, you'll see a bunch of people down here listening to music, live performances, things like that, or dancing, little games, just all type of stuff. But this is the Roundabout. And as you all can see, they got plenty of seating. So this is just a part of it. But I'm going to walk to the side a little bit and kind of back there where the instruments are at. It's a lot of seating. So again, the atrium. And that's one thing I want to mention about this cruise ship. So there is a lot of like tucked away spaces that you're not going to know about unless you actually take one of these tours, or you just actually go look for it. Again, the only reason why I know about all this type of stuff that I'm mentioning in this video is it was empty, so I could easily see and walk to it. But just know when it gets busy and packed, it's kind of hard to find certain areas. Now back to High Street. This is where the tattoo parlor is, the haircutting place. There's all the different places that Virgin Voyages is kind of does differently. They're on this area, so basically, like I said, just things that you may need, cosmetic things. They're all located in this High Street area. Then of course you have your alcohol, duty free or booty free, as they say. Okay, so now we are walking to the casino. Now, as I always say, I don't have any actual knowledge as far as playing casino because I don't gamble, but I have walked through over, 25, 26 casinos on cruise ships now. So I am qualified to talk about the size of them. This one is actually extremely small compared to most of the ships I've been on. This probably is the smallest casino I've ever seen on a cruise ship, personally. So just kind of keep that in mind if you are a big casino player. With that said, it's not bad. It's just very small and it does get extremely packed. So this casino is right near 2 major parts. the club, which I'll show in a little bit, and also near like the theater hall or the red room, which is I'll show in a little bit as well. So just think about all those people lining up and going to that area, and then being near a enclosed casino. It gets really busy is what I'm trying to say. So just kind of keep that in mind. But either way, it's nice. As you all can see, it's nice and clean. Pretty cool. The cage. And of course, this is where you get your chips, get your money, cash it out. The Manor. Now this part right here, I actually had to use it from some other footage I have. That is my girlfriend right there. And we were walking through, and my footage was just really shaky, but I was trying to record her so she can upload. So this is what a lot of people take their pictures at. Come here, get dressed up. This room is beautiful. This leads to the club, the Manor. But as you all can see, it looks like you're walking through diamonds and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then this is the club itself. So they have different things going on in here. They'll have game shows, events, things like that. But this is actually during the PJ party. Everyone having a good time, as you can see. I would play the music, but it's probably copyrighted, so I don't want to get a strike. But that's during the PJ party. And then this is during the whole sex show they used to have. So this actually got me flagged on YouTube, so I had to take it down. But this show is no longer on board. It used to be, but now it's gone. And then the red room. So this is the other area I was talking about, where it's near the casino. So if it's a lot of people trying to see the show and it gets lined up, it's going to be busy. Now, as far as the red room, it's actually pretty cool because I'll show right now, it actually has different functions. So for example, this is a function for probably their best show, in my opinion, on board. And then this is another function for a show that actually they gave me a copyright strike on because I uploaded some clips of it, and instead of them asking me to take it down, they flagged my channel twice. So that's another one. And then this is the third one. So it has different functions to it. It's pretty cool. Now we're at deck 6, the wake. Now this is actually my favorite place to get breakfast and just one of my favorite restaurants on board outside of the Italian restaurant. And the main reason why is just the views. So you can come here at night or in the morning, but either way it's called the wake because it has a view of the wake of the ship. And so again, I'm here obviously in the morning, but it's just a very elegant just restaurant. I mean, this is the steakhouse that's on board, and it's beautiful. Now you can actually get steak in almost all the restaurants on board, but if you want to actually get like the fine steak experience, come here. Now these clips I'm showing right now is actually from their brunch time, and this is again just really, really good. Alright, so we're just gonna keep on walking and head up these stairs and go to deck 7. Alright, so deck 7 is kind of confusing because they have both the sailor service and they also have this other area as well. But essentially it's almost like most cruise ships where they have your guest services and excursions on different areas. That's what this is. And this is going to lead to like the excursion area or future cruise desk, things like that. You can go there to get like a glance of the cruise activities for the day. Thankfully they have a ship model as well, and it's just right on display as soon as you get up here, which is pretty cool. But this is almost like the main area. So when you get on and get off the ship, this is where you're going to be at. And they call it the chart room, but again, this is where you come for excursions, future voyages, things like that, or if you just need some help. So, for example, I had missed one of my excursions because the driver didn't know what to tell me to go. So I had to come to this area and talk to the manager, and they took care of me. Now, this is another chill area as well. And again, this cruise ship is kind of strange. So if you all can tell, like, it doesn't necessarily look like a cruise. It looks like a hotel or resort. Like, it just doesn't have that cheesy cruise look. And I mean, I love cruises. I mean, I've been on, as of this video, I've been on 26 cruises. But as far as actual, just the decor and stuff like that, for the most part, you can always tell when you're on a cruise ship. This is not it. Like, you cannot tell unless you go into the actual pool deck, and it kind of hits you. And it's like, it's weird because I have mixed feelings on it. Like, I like it, but at the same time, I like understanding them on a cruise ship. So, I don't know. Like, if you've been on this cruise ship, or if you know what I mean, leave a comment and let me know how you feel about it. But to me, I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also, like I said, it's not the best thing because, I don't know, cruise ships just have that environment. But this is actually pretty cool. This, like I said, this is just a chill area. People come, they have like this little tea party excursion that you can buy where they have like bring out different alcohols and teas and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Okay, and this is the groupie. So ironically, I was supposed to be doing karaoke because I had a bet with my girlfriend that I would lose a certain amount of weight before our cruise, and it didn't happen. Now, ironically, I ended up losing 30 pounds, but I was trying to lose more, and so the whole point was if I lost, I was going to sing karaoke, and so Thankfully I got out of it, but this is the karaoke on board. And then this area right here is pretty cool. You can buy like classic records and things like that. And then sometimes they'll have a DJ up here. So again, this cruise ship is very different than a lot of cruises just because it's Virgin, which makes sense. But again, there are certain things, and I'll talk about in my review if you all haven't seen it, where it may not be your taste. But as far as the actual ship looks itself, for the most part, I don't have any issues with it. Like, I think it's actually really nice. And so this kind of has almost that similar area that NCL has. So like it goes around the ship. A lot of cruise ships starting to incorporate it now. So I'll go out there in a little bit. But again, on this cruise ship, there are so many places to just sit and chill. I have never walked through an area on this cruise ship that just seems packed outside of, like, for example, that atrium that I was saying. For the most part, it looks like this during the day. Like, it's actually pretty cool. Right here is the grounds club. So you come here, this coffee is not included. You do have to pay additional for it. But as far as like the pastries and stuff like that, those are included. So you can usually just ask for one, they'll give it to you, whatever. But as far as the coffee, does have a upcharge at this place. Now, this is the one part where I will say this reminds me of being on a cruise ship, even though this is beautiful and it's unique. This is what I'm talking about when I see stuff that reminds me of on a cruise ship. This is it. But again, this is so different than what you would see on most cruise ships. And so I just had to take a pan of it real fast. And that's just Virgin. That's Virgin style. Now, this area I love as well because this is almost like, man, it's just like games and stuff like that and just a chill place. Like, a lot of this cruise ship is just focused on just chilling and having a good time. It's really cool. Now, with that said, if you're a solo traveler like myself on my first cruise, and if you don't go to the solo events, it may not be for you because you can almost feel kind of lonely because a lot of people you do meet on this cruise ship will have come in groups or couples and things like that. And I'll just give you all for examples. So I've been on this cruise ship with Virgin Voyages twice now, and the first time I was miserable. The second time I loved it. The second time I loved this because I was with my girlfriend and we actually met up with some people. Now watch this. Oh my. Oh my god, that is nuts, y'all. Look at that. The score. So yeah, that actually made my day. I was like, what? Like, I had never played that before, and I hit that on my first time, so it legit just blew my mind when I did. I was like, so happy I recorded it. As we keep on walking, let's go ahead and head to the dock house. Now, it's kind of funny because this area right here, my girlfriend did not like it. She said it reminded her of like a cheap, I don't know what, she just didn't like it. She said it looks cheap. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I actually think it's pretty cool. It just, again, it reminds me of being at like a resort or something. So it's actually pretty cool to see. But again, everyone has their own opinions and stuff like that. This is the dock house. So essentially you come here if you want to get like light snacks and stuff like that. Or if you want to get the fresh pressed juices that's included with the Splash of Romance package. So I did have that package on the cruise when I actually was by myself, ironically. But it was still somewhat worth it. It came with free alcohol, it came with the spa, and it came with this juices. The only thing I did not like was the actual staff wasn't familiar with the package. So I had to actually like kind of walk and find stuff on my own. But this is the fresh pressed juice bar that they have. And each day when you go there, they're going to have two different choices. And so it was pretty good. Right there, I got some beet juice, and it was really, really good. And then this is the actual dock. So as you all can see, it is just, oh man, that sunrise and just the vibe, just, oh my God. Like, it was beautiful. It was so nice. And again, you come here and you take orders and they come and bring it back out to you. They have things like shrimp and and octopus and healthy type of stuff. It's again, Virgin Voyages, as far as their food, is gonna be unique, but it's like fresh, good, unique type of stuff. And then they're really big on vegan food as well. So you definitely have quite a bit of options. Now, as far as these day beds right here, these are not anything you have to pay for or reserve. It's first come, first serve. They'll help you open and close the umbrellas if you need to. And then this artist was actually doing this mural when I was walking by, so that was pretty cool as well. A little bit of foosball here. And this is actually called Dark Arcade. So it's self-explanatory. It does lead into an arcade. It has a lot of old school games. Now, I will say this. You do not have to pay for any of these games. These are all free to play, which is amazing. I mean, if you go to cruise ship, you have the cruise line, you've seen the prices for those arcades. I mean, they're pretty much the same price as if you go to a real arcade. They're like a couple dollars each. So this is actually pretty cool that they have all these games in here. Like I said, it's free to play. Now, this is the side I really liked over here, because a lot of these games I used to play. So Mortal Kombat, not so much, but freaking Daytona, oh my god. Like, when I saw that, my eyes lit up. I love Daytona. And then this right here is actually pretty cool as well. So again, this is another bar, another place we can get some food and stuff like that. And they do have this jukebox. I mean, this is also, you don't have to pay anything for it, whatever. You just pick a song and start playing. It's pretty cool. The pizza place. Now this is also good as well. This is freshly made pizza. You can get a whole pizza or you can get a slice. Again, this does get pretty busy. Not gonna lie. Like after the club and stuff like that, like most cruise ships, when you come here and you try to get some pizza late at night, it is gonna be a line. But the actual pizza itself is really fresh, really good. A lot of people say that MSC has the best pizza because it's an Italian cruise line. In my opinion, and my girlfriend's gonna get mad about this, but in my opinion, I think this pizza was 10 times better than that nonsense I had on MSC. MSC's pizza to me was disgusting, but this pizza was really, really good. And then of course it has the outdoor areas and things like that as well. So if you want some quiet time, because this ship can get pretty loud when it comes to like music and stuff like that, I recommend to head down to this deck. So the deck I'm on right now, deck 7, and just head to this area because like I said, it's usually pretty quiet and low key, just like you're seeing right now, even during the day. Alright folks, let's do this room tour. So room 14182M, so mid. To get in, all you have to do is scan your little wristband. Like so, and there you go. So this is a solar insider room. Let's just go from the top to the bottom. So right here you have a closet, and look at that. It fits my bag perfectly. Like if I wanted to, I could easily just do that. Have no idea my bag is right there. Amazing. And then you also have this as well. So this cubby space, you're safe. Plenty of drawers to go into. Now I'll be honest with you all, this is my first time going through all this, so this is new to me, like it's probably new to you, but not bad. I mean, this area is tight, but it's really laid out really well. Then over here you also have your water, so you'll always have some water on stock. You got your cups, you got your ice bin, things like that. Very cool. And then right below it, you actually have a fridge. Fridge down there, nice and clean. Cool. You have your phone, your desk lamp, things like that. You have a little stool, so if you want to use your computer, like I probably will be doing, right there. Now the cool thing right here is also this controls your room and things like that. So room controls, as you can see, entertainment, services, things like that. So we'll try to get it on and see what that does. So you see how it kind of dims the lights down a little bit. Alright, what's going on, folks? So I want to get back into this video and kind of go over the tab. When I was first doing the room tour, I had just walked in, so I wasn't really familiar with it. Now I am. It's very functional, and it's amazing. The first thing I want to say is it is removable. So when I first walked in, I thought, oh, okay, it's just a tab and you have to walk up to it. That's not the case. It's removable. It's chargeable. You see it right there. Once you're done using it or whatever, or if you just want to charge it, just put it back on the stand. The next thing is everything. It controls everything. So your room, your lighting, things like that. Room controls, as you all can see, we got the ceiling light right here. Oops. Got the ceiling light right here. So if I want to, I can just turn it off completely and leave on these other two lights. And turn it off, turn them on. Obviously here we also have the room controls for the temperature too, which is really nice. But this is what I really like because it reminds me of NCL. You have the different moods. So I use this one. Where is it at? Yep, that's it. Zen. I was really tired, so I used this one, and look what it does. Bang. Just like NCL. So I'm going to kind of mess with the moods, and you all can see it in real time. So this is pumped up. Kind of reminds me of my house. I have this in my house. This is Hangover. Oops. And then this is Get It On. Keep going. This is Photo Shoot. Oops, I don't know what that noise was. Oops, I am just messing stuff all up, y'all. So we'll put it back on Zen. Now, another cool thing as well is the entertainment. So basically, you go right here. And let me just sit on the bed. So again, this bed is like, it faces the TV, so it's really cool for a solo. But I mean, if you got somebody else with you, you might want to stay in that room and not in this one. But anyway, so the entertainment, it's actually quite a bit on here. I mean, they're older movies, some of them are new, but either way, it's pretty dope. So check this out. Now, for me, I was just going through it, and so, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, look, Avengers, Black Panther, Blade Runner. I mean, movies I literally would watch at home, they have it on this tab. I mean, and this thing is just loaded. So, for example, I watched Doctor Strange. I enjoyed the first one, and so I watched it and fell asleep to it. But it's just so many. Oh, Edge of Tomorrow. Oh, wow, that's dope. So, so many movies. You just press this button right here. It's gonna ask if you want to watch on the TV. Hit yes, and then bang, just like that. And this TV is actually a good quality too. As you all can see, it's running at 60 FPS. It's Samsung. It's a smart TV, and everything's controlled with this tab. So again, it's a very cool tab, a very cool system. It sounds good, it looks good, it's a really good time. Anyway, that was the tab. Peace out. Very cool. Anyway, let's keep going. So you have all your paperwork when you first get in. So this is all mine. I have the Splash of Romance, which I'll talk about eventually. So far, it hasn't been great, but maybe it was some hiccups. I don't really know yet. But we keep on going. This is the bed. So this is like, I'm assuming it's a full-size bed. I have a king at home, and it's definitely a lot smaller than the king, but I'm assuming a full-size bed. Not too bad. I do like how the TV is directly in front of it, though. Like, that is dope. Beautiful setup. And then as you all can see, they also have their room lights and stuff like that as well. So not bad. Not bad at all. And then under the bed, they actually have a couple of things. So more storage space and things like that. And then they also have this cubby over here. So I just threw my book bag right there. But you can just kind of load up like shoes and stuff like that over there. And again, this is my first time going to this bathroom. Oh, there's a mirror. I was wondering where the mirror was at. It's not too bad. It's nice and clean. Really nice. It's compact, but it's not like super small. Like, this is a decent sized bathroom for this size of a room. And then of course you have your body wash, hair conditioner, things like that. So if you're thinking about it inside a room, I honestly would recommend it. I mean, it has everything you need, and it's enough space where it's not too small. And the thing is, say for example, if you don't want to deal with that tab, you can still use the regular controls, like for this, for the lights, things like that. So it's pretty dope. Hope you all enjoyed this tour. Peace out. All right, so we have made it to the pool deck. Now, this pool deck is a little bit different than most pool decks just by the color and things like that. I remember when it first came out, a lot of people were comparing it to like a jail and things like that because it was so gray. It's weird because during the day it's not my favorite, but at night it is my favorite just because the colors pop and things like that. But let's take a walk. So right here, they have like a punching bag here. And they have like a lot of boxing stuff around here, which is actually pretty cool. Like I enjoy boxing, so to see that on the cruise ship as options to work out is pretty cool. This is considered the wellness pool. So they have two different pools, like a main standard pool and then this wellness pool area as well. Of course, this is a hot tub. I enjoy this area. Now I will to give you some tips. If you want to have this area to yourself, just come there first before, well, either come there first or come there last. So essentially the best time to go there is around dinner time or like late at night, like around like 11 or 12. And of course, no one's going to be there. So just some tips. Now, if you need any towels or anything like that, they do put towels on the chair, but if you need some towels, here's your towel area here. They don't do any type of check-in, check-out like they do on other cruise lines. And this is the Aquatic Club. Now, they do hold many parties and things like that around this area. So, again, during the day, ironically, during the day, they really don't have much going on. They just standard DJ and stuff like that. But at night, this area gets popping. It's really on point and it's enjoyable. And then that's the pool. Now, as far as the depth and things like that, I really don't know. I think it goes to like maybe 5.5, 6 feet. I really can't remember. But not that many people usually use that pool. It's really weird. Everyone sits on the outside, but I've been on this cruise ship twice now, and I rarely see people get inside the actual pool. But those day bed loungers that are around the pool, those are actually really amazing. They feel so good just laying there and getting the sun in. It's nice. And then that area that I just showed is actually called the scene. So they all have these little nicknames or whatever, and that's it, the scene. Now they do have showers as well. This is one right here. So again, if you want to shower before you get in the pool, here you go. Now the beach complex, the gym. This is actually probably going to be the busiest area on the cruise ship. Period. Like it's always busy. It's outside of this video now. At this time, again, remember it was like 5 in the morning. So I don't even know if it was open yet or not, but outside of early in the morning, like this gym stays packed. Like I can legit say I saw more people in this gym than I saw at that dang pool. And it makes sense. I mean, Virgin Voyages attracts that young or want to feel young vibe, or whatever, that wants to stay healthy. They just attract a different crowd than most cruise ships usually see, which in my opinion is a good and a bad thing. But as far as working out and stuff like that, if you want to feel motivated to work out, this is the cruise ship for you. And they hold a type of classes and things like that. Now, they do have some classes that charge additional, but for the most part, they have free classes. It's really just a different vibe and just a different mindset when it comes to working out on Virgin Voyages. I will say that. Then the Galley. Now, this area is known as the Galley, but this is essentially this replaced the buffet that most cruise ships generally have. Now, it's not buffet food. You can't just walk up there and pick something up. Like, you have to actually order it. And it's just basically they have to give you your food. There is no typical you're scooping pans, nothing like that. And so that's why it's not called the traditional buffet. With that said, it's almost treated like a buffet. I mean, if you don't want to sit down at fine dining or if you don't need reservations or something like that, you come here. Anybody can come here and actually eat no matter what time of day it is. Now, certain things aren't open basically 24 hours, but certain things are. It really just depends. But this is their version of the buffet. It's called the Galley. Now, as far as my thoughts on the Galley, it does have some good restaurants. What I don't like is just depending on, I don't know, your sailing, whatever, because the first time I went there, I had to sit there and they had to order for you. But then when we were on there recently, we had to actually go up and get our food, and they had long lines everywhere. It was a lot of people trying to get food. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. What happened to the organization they used to have? So it just really depends on your sailing, how things are going to work in the Galley. But for the most part, the food itself is actually really good. And like I said, it's a good variety, as you all can see. It's really nice. And I mean, if you want to, you can get items from every single place here and just mix it up. It's truly up to you. No, this place I'm showing right now, this is the place that's open 24 hours. It's called Diner and Dash. So they have burgers, French toast. It's pretty much like a burger shop / a breakfast place. And so, again, that's why they're pretty much open 24 hours. And then the burger bar, that's cool as well. And well bread. So like I said, they have all these different places, and you just go up there, you let them know what you want to get, and they'll put on a plate for you, and just pretty much good to go. It's all really good. Really good. The sweet side. So if you're in the sweets, there you go. Now, as we move on, the next place I want to show is Gun Bay. So this is the Korean barbecue. This is actually really fun. Now, this, as far as reservations, this goes pretty fast. This in the wake. So if you want to eat here, definitely reserve as soon as you get a chance when the bookings open. It's really good. Like I said, it's fun. I went here as a solo, but I still sat with a group of people. We had a really good time. They have drinking games and everything like that. It's pretty cool. And then back to the pool deck. Now, the galley is connected to the pool deck, and so essentially I've already shown the entire pool deck. Now we're going to the next floor, to basically the second to highest level outside of Richard's rooftop. And just a quick pan of this pool. Again, it's nice at nighttime. It's really nice. And I will be showing some nighttime footage in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Now, Virgin Voyages has all these different like seating areas, and sometimes they look like you have to pay for them and things like that. You don't. There are certain ones you have to pay for, but this is not one of them. And so right here are just some chill areas. If you want somewhere to kind of sit and chill before the actual sail away party starts, I would highly recommend coming over here, because most likely you're going to be in Miami and you're going to see the Miami backdrop and things like that. It's actually a really nice place to chill. My girlfriend and I sat there and just enjoyed it until it was time to get up for the sail away party. Then another pan of that wellness pool. Now, when it comes to the unlimited alcohol that they give out for the sail away party, it's pretty much just free champagne. It's going to be in this area right here. They're going to have a stack of it, and they'll be walking around as well. But if you want to be close to the alcohol, go to that bar right there. Save water, drink champagne. Now, this place right here also has like poke bowls and stuff like that. I didn't go here at all, but I did see when they had food there, and it was actually looked like it was pretty good. The athletic club. So again, this is why I really like Virgin Voyages as far as what they promote, being healthy and things like that, between their food and also just the working out, the sports and stuff like that. A boxing ring is on a cruise ship. Like, it's actually really cool. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of boxing, so when I saw that, I lit up. But they have more, as you all can see. I mean, you can have your own little boot camp if you want to on a cruise ship. It's actually really unique. And then they have classes and stuff like I said earlier. So it just really depends on what day and what's going on and where your ship's at. Of course, they're not going to have anything outside if you're in some cold weather. But this is in Miami, so this is pretty cool. So this is actually pretty cool. They have an enclosed basketball court, and so I saw some employees playing here. It was just dope. I mean, they have basketball courts on cruises all the time, but I just like this one. Like, it just reminds me of somewhere in New York. And then these little swings are fun here as well. Again, this cruise ship it's just unique. I mean, it just has a bunch of just random stuff. Now, I have seen swings like this on other cruise ships, especially on Icon of the Seas, for example. But Virgin Voyages was the first cruise ship I ever went on where I saw that. And so up here, they have some hot tubs as well. So if you're having an issue finding a good hot tub, I would come to one of these up here in this athletic area, because not a lot of people use it for some reason. Like, every time I walk past it, nobody was in those hot tubs. But if you go to the one that's near the pool deck, people are usually at those hot tubs. And again, as you all can see, I mean, there are just so many areas to sit on this cruise ship. It's just like seating areas everywhere. This net right here, so this thing hurts. I laid on it and it was extremely uncomfortable, but the views down there are actually pretty cool. Max capacity of 8 people. Now, we were heading to one of the funniest parts on this cruise ship, and it'll make more sense when I kind of give you the story behind it. But back here again, this is just the aft of the ship, and it's just more the athletic club and things like that. Another hot tub, so again, if you're looking for one, come back here. I'll definitely have one that most likely will be open, and the water stays pretty warm. And then they also have some boards, so you can play chess and things like that as well. This is actually pretty cool. And then that's the back side of that basketball court that I really enjoyed. So through these areas, these cabanas. So long story short, these are the cabanas. These are the only areas that you do actually have to reserve and pay for. They have locks and everything like that. and people use those to have adult relations. Now I was able to walk into one and kind of see one after the fact, but yeah, you can walk by, you'll hear some moaning, you'll hear some stuff because people use that for adult time, baby time. So just be aware if you're walking past there on the nighttime, you might want to just mind your business. Just keep it that way. But right here is one of the sun decks, and this is actually, like I said, the highest deck outside of the other side that has richest rooftop. So if you want to get some sun, come up here. There it is, Virgin Voyages. So again, I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I have done, like I said, multiple videos on this cruise ship. I've done a full food tour, which is amazing. The food on the ship was phenomenal, but I've also done a full review as well. So a full documentary where I just explain my entire cruise. Some people really loved it. Some people didn't agree with me, but they enjoyed the production value. It is what it is. Like I said, everyone's cruise is different. That was just my opinion. I've been on there twice now, and it really didn't change much. The only thing that made it more enjoyable was being with my girlfriend. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is Mr. Bucket List, cruising with Mr. Bucket List. I'll see you soon. Peace out.